Hello. I'm gonna wait for some people to jump in. I've been doing some research here, and when I say I've been doing some research, I've been doing some research for you guys. I mean, like I've been sitting here, like just so you see when I say research. If you guys want to see what I've been doing, I'll show you. This is my computer. And these are all the notes that I just took. All of these here. You see all these notes? Those are all the notes on all the 12 signs. Look at all that. I just did that for like an hour and a half, trying to find out a bunch of information about the signs, and it's really cool. And I hope you guys appreciate this because I was sitting here for a minute doing this, and I'm excited to share with you guys what I found, okay? Literally, look at all those notes. Oh my God. So I'm going to go through each sign. How this is going to work is I'm going to tell you, I went through each sign and I looked up, which gods are associated with you guys, and which archangel is associated with you guys, and why you have come here to learn what lessons, and why you okay. So I'm going to describe it like this. So the archangels that you're going to hear about here, you're associated with these archangels. So before we come here, we're assigned an archangel is assigned to us, and they help us choose a zodiac sign so that we can learn lessons under this zodiac sign, because those personality traits of that zodiac sign will help us to learn a lot of things in our lives, right? So when you chose this zodiac sign that you chose to be in this lifetime, it was for a reason, so you could learn a particular lesson, okay? And so everybody chose their zodiac sign based on the things that they needed to learn through these personality traits. You see what I'm saying? So through these personality traits, you get to learn a lot about yourself, and there's things in past lifetimes that you couldn't learn under a different sign. So your archangel was assigned to you to help you choose your zodiac sign so that you can learn these transformational things about yourself. Also, I did the Greek gods and different gods for the signs just so you could understand what they're about, and so you could see why maybe you're so complex, because if you really look at Greek mythology, it's associated with astrology a lot. They say learning one with the other will be very helpful to you. And so I did some research here, and I'm going to go through each sign and explain and tell you what I'm just going to read out what I wrote so you guys can get some information for yourself and you can learn about yourself. The first thing you need to know about the Greek gods was, like, there were so many affairs, and I'm just going to say rapes, and so many weird things that happened between them, like where the gods would transform into animals and go and take human women and sleep with them, and then they would Zeus's wife and him fought all the time. She was the goddess of relationships, and she wanted things to go like perfectly for other people's relationships, but she could never get her own relationship under control. Okay, so really look at the way that these are explained, and how I'm going to explain for each and every one of you, and I'm going to go through each sign now. Okay, so again, remembering that I'm doing the god or goddess that is associated with your sign, and then the archangel. Okay, all right, so we'll just start. All right, we're starting with Aries. Okay, all right, Aries. My ears are vibrating like crazy. Okay, I will zen. All right, so Aries, your god is Aries, Aries, and Aries is ruled by the planet Mars, okay, planet of chaos and war. Aries was Zeus and Hera's daughter, okay. I'm sorry. Aries was Zeus and Hera's son, and so was also Athens, okay, which they're both actually warriors, okay, and Athena was Zeus's favorite daughter, by the way. And Aries represents represents violence and war. And they say Aries was Aphrodite's lover and was held in contempt by her husband Hephaestus after their affair was discovered by the Olympians. Archangel Camiel is the angel of assertiveness. So your god is Aries, okay? This is the god of violence and war. And your archangel is Shamael, the angel of assertiveness and confidence, and it rules Tuesday, okay? And your lesson here, Aries, by the knowledge that I gained from it is you had to come here to learn the lesson of patience, which is why you chose the sign of Aries. Aries is the sign of confidence, okay? And Archangel Kamael also is the angel of assertiveness and confidence. But as an Aries, being that you present this like form of confidence, I'm confident, I'm an Aries, but you have the tendency to actually be very insecure and hold back. You don't have no patience for like the details of things. You forgive easily, you get angry very easily, but you forgive easily, just like the god Aries, right? But your archangel that's assigned to you for your sign is Kamael, excuse me. This is the angel of assertiveness and confidence, and you came here to learn confidence, to learn to be confident, to love yourself, really, truly love yourself, not to pretend you do. You know what I mean? Aren't those two different religions and deities? This has nothing to do with religion. So archangels are not associated with religion. They're archangels. Religion just took them and made them their own. Okay, and if you look at Greek mythology and you look at angels, if you really think about it, they kind of all associated with each other, right? They just have different names. You see what I'm saying? Just like God is given different names, okay? Just this has nothing to do with religion. So I connect everything, and I believe that everything is named different things by different cultures, and then religions took it and made it their own. It is all what it is, right? Okay? So you came here, Aries, to learn confidence and patience, okay? And to learn how to like master the art of self-love, but also like being able to give others self-love, because you can be very nurturing and caring, but when you're not, you're just very like, you get very bored easily. You're constantly jumping from one thing to another, and with if you've ever dealt with an Aries, you'll know that they are very they have no patience. They don't care. Okay, let's go to Taurus. Okay, Taurus is ruled by Venus, right? Planet of love, beauty, and pleasure. And your goddess is Aphrodite. Aphrodite is the goddess of sexual love and beauty. She was born from the white foam of the severed genitals of Uranus, okay? She was born from the white foam of the severed, cut off genitals of Uranus, right? And after his son Cronus threw them into the sea, she became born and came out from a pearl. Like she came out from a pearl. Her beauty spiked rivalry among the gods. Like she made all the gods fight over her because she was gorgeous. She's the goddess of beauty, right? Aphrodite's. And she was forced to marry someone she didn't want to, so she had many affairs, okay? So Taurus, this is why you are the way you are when it comes to love. Either you're very loyal or you're a cheater. Like, let's really keep it a buck, right? You tend to like want more out of people, and if someone doesn't give it to you, you'll go find it somewhere else, and sometimes that means being in a relationship still, and because you kind of want to be loyal to that person, but you kind of don't, right? So, but you could be very loyal and very, very in touch with a person in your relationship if you're really in love with that person, right? So so Taurus is ruled by planet of love, beauty, and pleasure. Aphrodite is the goddess of sexual love and beauty. She was born from the white foam of the severed genitals of Uranus. After his son Cronus threw them into the sea, she came out of a pearl. Okay, so that's why Taurus is beauty and loving beauty and all things beautiful. Her beauty spiked rivalry. Like I said, everybody fought for her love, and then she married someone she didn't want to. Like she was forced to marry someone she didn't want to, and when she did, she had affairs. She had many children with humans and with gods, and one of them was Hermaphrodites, which is half man, half woman. She created the first half man, half woman god. So goddess, right? Okay, Archangel Hagiel is your archangel, Hagiel, and Hagiel invokes the qualities of reliability, practicality, and rules the day of Friday. This is about learning not to get stuck in the material aspects and see the beauty of life, not just from materials. A Taurus's main lesson and why you chose this sign is because you're ruled by beauty, the planet Venus, and Aphrodite obviously is also connected to Venus, beauty, sex, right? You have come here to learn not to be, because if you get stuck in the material world, you're kind of like all about the materials and very like stuck up and very stuck in that like materialistic aspect of things, or beauty, like, and you become vain and like it's all, oh, look at me, I'm beautiful, I'm a Taurus. So your lesson that you came here to learn was humbleness, like, right, not to be stuck in the material beauty things of that part of life. You came here to learn to be more in control of, you know, your ego, okay? Kind of like almost like a Leo, right? Okay, let's get to Gemini. So Gemini is ruled by Mercury, planet of communication. Your goddess is Athena. Now, Athena is the favorite daughter of Zeus, right? And she came out of Zeus's forehead after he had a headache. She was fully grown, bearing armor. And this is Zeus's favorite daughter. The Greeks named Athens after her to honor her because she was the goddess of she was the intellectual chameleon, right? Just like the Gemini, right? But she also was able to like speak to other people when there was wars or something. She was able to like settle the problem. Like this is like she would communicate with people and stop wars from happening because she was actually a warrior, a huntress like herself. She had the she came out fully armored, okay, out of Zeus's forehead. Like, but she was his favorite daughter because she actually settled a lot of his disputes for him, right? Which, if you know a Gemini, they're kind of like that. They like to settle disputes. They kind of like the peacemaker. Like, look, okay, no, this is how it's... Like, they'll get in between an argument and try to, like, say... They'll look at both sides, right? They'll be like, you did this and you did that. They'd be great, like, counselors, I believe. Like, you know, relationship therapists. They would be great at that, too. All right? The Gemini is a relentless thinker, okay? Who's also incredibly savvy. Your life lesson for the Geminis is to learn patience, as they can get set off very easily. Now, I've done the research. This is all me. I did not copy this from anywhere, okay? I wrote all this stuff down by doing my own research. So this comes from what I've heard and what I was intuitively picking up. So the Gemini is very incredibly savvy and very relentless thinker. So one of your lessons that you came here is to learn not to overthink and overanalyze everything and over criticize everything, and you know, just be in the mind. Like, even though you're you know, you are the mind, you rule the mind, but sometimes a Gemini could get stuck in the mind and it becomes like too crazy, and then you don't know how to like get out of the mind and into life, right? So sometimes you'll live in the mind, right? That's like somebody who wants to constantly live in here, but you have to like learn to go live out there, because the Gemini could get stuck inside and not like, you know what I mean, actually live life. Okay, so so you're ruled by the Archangel Raphael, the angel of adaptability and being social, right? The angel of healing, and it guides healers, right? Raphael guides every healer. So if you are a healer, then Archangel Raphael is who you would go to for assistance in what you need. You rule Wednesday. Archangel Raphael rules Wednesday, and this is a clever and gifted sign, easily fit in and very intelligent. They have to learn to gather and use information they gather to help others, as sometimes I wrote this myself, this is my opinion, as sometimes Geminis can keep things to themselves and it can drive them crazy. It's like, you know, information overload, like blah, and the mind exploding. I have a lot of Gemini in my chart. I'm a seeker of knowledge and I want to do investigations on everything. But if I don't share my knowledge, I go crazy. So that's what a Gemini has to learn, to share their knowledge, to share what they're learning, because you do hold a lot of knowledge and a lot of information. You have to learn to share that, okay? Because if not, it's overwhelming, right? Okay? So even though you're ruled by Mercury, you have a tendency to not communicate your feelings, okay? And it leaves you frustrated. So Geminis, if this is your lesson, now I'm looking at what your lesson is for everything. So I'm not talking about everything a Gemini is. I'm talking about what you need to learn your lesson from. So one of the things you need to learn is to communicate your feelings, okay? So that you can actually give yourself that freedom, you know, because Cancers could be really stuck if they don't learn to use their feelings for the right way, and express their feelings. Hi, JW, how you feeling? Oh, I love you. I hope you're feeling better. Okay, so we're going to do Cancer, and then Leo is next, okay? So Cancer is you're ruled by the moon, right? You're ruled by the moon, right? That's the planet of emotions, the planet of, you know, sometimes could be illusions and confusions, okay? The moon being the planet of emotions, our feelings and things that comfort us, right? So you know, Cancer tends to be very comforting. The planet of emotions, comfort is like mother energy, the home, it rules the home, right? Your goddess is Artemis. Artemis is the daughter of Zeus. if you know what it is, Zeus was fucking everybody because he's got kids with everybody and their mother. He's got kids with humans. He's got kids with all the goddesses. Zeus fucked everybody, okay? He's a player and a half, okay? That's why Sagittarius is... Okay, let me get to that. All right, so the Artemis is the daughter of Zeus. She is the goddess of hunting and virginity, okay? She is the protector to young children and a healer to women, okay? So Cancer, your goddess is Artemis, so it's connected with healing, protecting young children and also healing women, like fertility and things that women have issues with. She is supposed to guide women through all of that. Zeus was wild and he was a freak. Okay. A lot of human women claim to have children, bear children by Zeus, and people would revere their children as like special. You know what I mean? Okay. So she is, your goddess is Artemis, daughter of Zeus, like I said, and she was the huntress with a bow and arrow. A lot of Cancers are blessed with healing abilities they inherit from their ancestors, okay? A lot of Cancers are blessed with healing abilities that they inherit from their ancestors. And Archangel Gabriel is your archangel, and it works with color and is the messenger, bringing messages to and from other realms, and it rules Monday. This angel helps with learning sympathy, sensitivity, and this is the sign you chose to learn to be sympathetic to others, as Cancers can be cold if they don't tap into their emotional side. Your life mission is to learn balance and emotions on all levels. They also can come to learn not to be possessive and feel as if they own someone, and be very attuned to people and things, because Cancers can become like this. So one of your biggest lessons, Cancer, is to learn not to be like possessive, because a Cancer, when they feel like they own something or someone, I don't know if you've ever seen a Cancer be in love before, like crazy in love. It is crazy. Like it can be dangerous at some point. They're very possessive. I've dealt with a Cancer before. I remember having to fight a male because he would try to control me, and I'm like, no, oh my God, my ear is burning right now. So Cancers are, your God is, Artemis, and your archangel is Gabriel, okay? And Gabriel obviously being the messenger angel, and also being the one of transforming, your thoughts and your emotions and your feelings, okay? Now let's get to Leo. I know. Yeah, I'm possessive sometimes. Yeah, you could be cold too if someone doesn't, especially see, the thing is about Cancers, people won't trust them sometimes because of how they are. They work with their emotions so much that sometimes people take it as, oh, they're bugging, like they're doing something. You know what I mean? All right, so let's go to Leo. So, this took me forever to write, but I'm going through it so fast. It's so funny. I was sitting down for like 2 hours doing this. All right, Leo. Leo, your god is Apollo, okay? Apollo, and Apollo is the god of the sun, right? Okay? Leo is ruled by the sun, and Apollo is the god of the sun. Apollo is the god of light, music, and poetry and knowledge. He was the ultimate entertainer, okay? He was always entertaining, playing tunes with his golden lyre. Lyre. Not lyre, like lyre, like a golden lyre, right? Warm, loving, and charismatic. Everyone in the town, he would play his golden lyre from the top of the Mount Olympus, and everyone would be like, the Leo is playing their lyre. And it was very, drew people in, drew everyone in, right? The gods, the goddesses, the humans, they would all love the Apollo's lyre and the way he plays. So Apollo and Leo being the god of entertainment, right? Just being the god of everything. Like everybody wants to be with a Leo, right? Everybody wants to be around a Leo. The Leo is the sun, right? The ego, but it also rules the ego. Okay. Your archangel is Michael. Michael is the man. Like everybody talks about Archangel Michael. Michael is the protector, okay? Also rules the sun and Sunday, okay? And this inspires of higher truths and hidden knowledge. This is the archangel of generosity, okay? Leo is a sign of generosity, okay? And they are the gifted ones. And their life lesson is to learn to get out of the ego and humble themselves as they go. They will go to any length to achieve success. But this can be negative if done with the ego and not for the love of something. So your mission, what you came here to learn as a Leo is, because you're so loved by so many and you're such an entertainer. Oh my God, my ear is burning. Can anybody see that? Look, like they're burning. So because you're so powerful in so many ways, and so many people, like, you know, it could tend to be egotistical. So your mission here as a Leo, hi babe, your mission here as a Leo, even though you're the entertainer, and yes, you're gifted, you're talented, you have to learn to use your talents and your gifts in a more humble manner. Because as a Leo, if you don't learn to control the ego, what can happen is the universe, I said the universe will humble your ass down. So if you've been on this cocky, like, maybe you've been doing things that, like, you know, as a Leo, I know I have a Leo and Venus. When it comes to love, I could be kind of like, no, not for me, very picky and sometimes egotistical, right? So if you don't learn to humble yourself down, the universe will humble your ass down. Like, in any type of way, it will slow you down. If you're like, go, look at me, the universe will slow you down. It will find a way to always slow you down, okay? You're a Leo rising? Oof, Bree. I didn't know that. I forgot. Yeah, I remember. Okay. So Virgo, let's get to Virgo. So Leo, that's your life mission, is to learn to be humble, okay? To relax. Virgo. So Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury. This is the planet of communications and connection, okay? Your goddess is Demeter, okay? An interesting thing about Demeter, I'll tell you right now. Demeter is the goddess of harvest and fertility of the earth. Ancient people say that she revealed the art of growing crops and using corn to all of mankind. She is the representation of fertility and harvest, and a lot of people prayed to her when they wanted to get pregnant and all that stuff. They would leave her offerings at her statue, or in Athens in Greece. Okay, she's the goddess of purity, and people prayed to her when they wanted to become pregnant, or healthy pregnancies, or for their children to come out healthy. And when they wanted their crops to grow, they also prayed to her. Archangel Raphael also is obviously the ruler of Gemini and Virgo, and it rules over Wednesday, and this is the angel of healing, hardworking and very self-critical and critical to others. They are very helpful, and they are very helpful to us as humanity, Virgos, but they can be very, 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 very self-critical, okay? They need to learn here in this lifetime not to be overly indecisive and overly critical, not to overanalyze. They usually don't like the limelight, but they master any subject that someone presents to them, and they are very adaptable. A Virgo, knowing me, you could put me in a room full of doctors and lawyers, and I can speak to them like as if I know what I'm talking about. Put me in a room full of homeless people, and I can blend right in. And that's a whole fact. I've done it, and I really can. Okay. So Virgos can be they are healers, right? They actually can self-heal. They rule the health, right? They rule the gut, the health, right? Anything that has to do with health. So as a Virgo, but let me tell you, okay, but as a Virgo, you have to learn in this lifetime, your lesson is to learn to not self-criticize and just to go with the flow of life, right? Nature, and be like more relaxed, right? Because Virgos could be OCD. I need this perfect. I need that perfect. His breath smells. Oh my God, his eyebrows are crooked. Like, that's how Virgos can be. They're very weird, especially when it comes to sex and all that. They tend to nitpick things, and, you know, so they have to learn to breathe, take a breather and relax. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like a lot like Gemini, right? Because we're in the mind. We're in the mind. Ask any Virgo or Gemini when they're having sex or making love or they're communicating with someone. They're already thinking of the outcome before it's even happening. But a Gemini and a Virgo both can be very adaptable. We could literally be anything we want to be easily. Like, I can't choose one life purpose, one life mission, because I tell my spirit guides I'm good at everything. I can do it. I could do a bunch of them. Oh my ear is on fire, bro. I could do it all, right? And I don't care. I don't want to pick one thing because one thing bores me, so I have to be all over the place, right? Okay? Sometimes a Virgo could be like, you could think they're like being like judgy and like fuck you, but actually they're not. They forgive things easily. They let go of things very easily. As much as it looks like they hold grudges, they don't. But they won't talk to people that just don't fit with they don't resonate with them, okay? Okay, so your life mission to learn, Virgo, is to relax, okay? All right, so let's step into Libra, okay? So Libra is ruled by the planet Venus, obviously the planet of beauty, right? Of everything beautiful. Okay, and love, right? Venus, love, and beauty. It's ruled by Venus and the planet of beauty and pleasure, okay? Your goddess is Hera, okay? Oh, really quick, sorry. I want to tell you this. Demeter is the daughter of Aphrodite. No, of Hera. Demeter is the daughter of Hera, okay? And she is the wife of Zeus, okay? The wife of Zeus. She's the actual wife of Zeus, not one of his many mistresses. And Demeter was known to be very gorgeous. So Hades, the god of the underworld, fell in love with Demeter. And as Demeter was out picking flowers and being her nature-loving self, Hades opened up the earth and pulled her under because he wanted her so bad he couldn't get her no other way. So he basically opened up earth and brought her down to the underworld. Hell, I guess you could say Hades, right? Brought her down and tried to keep her there. And then Hera was like, I want my daughter back. And she like sent everybody to get it. Persephone, was it? I don't know. But anyway, it was Zeus's wife, and that's their daughter. And Hades fell in love with her, sucked her down into the underworld. And when he did, the mother went crazy and was like, I gotta go find my daughter, blah, blah. And then she did and found out Hades had it. Hades was like, I'm not giving her back. And the mother made a deal with him. Okay, fine. So you keep her, like, I think it was 9 months out of the year, and she could come up here and visit me for 3 months. So they say that because Demeter was the because Demeter, she was the goddess of, crops and all that stuff. When she would be, so when her daughter would be down in Hades, she would be upset about it, so the crops wouldn't grow. And then when her daughter would be up there, the crops would be plentiful and fruitful and everything would be great, but she would be depressed for the rest of the year, and so that she couldn't go. That's how we got seasons, exactly. That's why they say the winter is dead, because she felt like she was dead. Her daughter wasn't around because Hades kept her down there. And so she ultimately became the goddess of the underworld, okay? All right. Because she was married, she was basically with Hades, so she became the goddess of the underworld. Okay, so we're at Libra. Okay, Libra is ruled by the planet Venus of beauty and pleasure, and the goddess Hera. She is known as the goddess of marriage and birth. She was known as a very jealous wife. She hated all the affairs Zeus had. She had a right to, because she was the goddess of justice and relationships, but she could never get her man to stop cheating. And she was literally the goddess of fairness in relationships, and her man was a fucking unfair son of a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So here she is, helping everybody else with their relationships and keep things balanced and fair. Meanwhile, her husband was fucking everybody. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of got revenge on a couple of people. There was times, one of them was, there's a lot going on there. There's so much drama, just like all of the signs, right? All right, so Libras tend to be attractive, right? They're very attractive. They're actually ruled by the looks, right? Like, look at me, I'm a Libra. Everything has to be perfect, right? When it comes to the way they look, okay? I'm a Libra rising. Sometimes my underwear have to match my socks, okay? Logic, So Libras tend to be attractive, and they're usually fair and balanced mostly, okay? Archangel Hagiel, the angel of harmony and diplomacy. Okay, so your archangel is Hagiel. This is the angel of harmony and diplomacy. My God, this is the justice, right? The person. Obviously, if Hera is the goddess of justice, right, this means that you want justice and fairness and balance in all things. But sometimes a Libra's hardest thing is to learn that. Okay, you rule over Friday, and you're not ruled over emotions. Emotions don't rule you, okay? You seek balance in your body, soul, and mind and spirit, and you must learn not to make it all about the beauty and the ego. Like, you have to learn that's one of Libra's biggest challenges in this life, is to learn not to be all about, look at me, I'm a Libra, I'm amazing, I'm gorgeous, I'm beautiful, right? Okay, so another thing is Libra tends to become cocky if they don't control their looks and their feelings. They tend to be more like, if they don't get control of their ego, Libras can be much in a materialistic, look at me, I'm so beautiful, I'm a Libra, and so they have to really learn that humbleness, that relaxation, like getting into the thick of things with their emotions, because they tend to like leave their emotions to the side, like fuck that, like they're not ruled by emotions. Okay, so your challenge is coming here to learn to become balanced in life, because if you ever seen an unbalanced, ungrounded Libra, they're like blah, blah, blah. I know, because I'm a Libra rising and I used to be like that. Okay, so that's your challenge, okay, to become harmonious, diplomatic, like learning to accept each side, because sometimes you want to just make it all about your side, you know what I mean? All right, so let's get to Scorpio. Woo. Scorpio. Yeah, this took me like 2 hours to write out, just so you guys know. And this is not me copying and pasting. I had to look at 4 different things. Oh my God, okay. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signs left. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I had to look here, read up on that, and take all the information and put it in myself. I did some research. All right, let's go to Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, your sign is so complex that your sign is so complex that your goddess comes out as Kali. Kali is a Hindu goddess. She has like many arms, right? Many arms, and she's ruled by Mars, the planet of war and chaos, and Pluto, the planet of transformation. Okay, Kali is the complex goddess in Hindu religion. She is known as the goddess of death and sexuality, as she brings transformation to one's ego. Basically, will humble someone real quick. Okay, a Scorpio will humble someone real quick, but they also need to relax too. Pluto is also named after the god of the underworld, Hades, and is small but so mighty. It rules over transformation and everything hidden beneath the surface of our psyches. Okay, Archangel Uriel, Aural, and Shamiel. It was Azrael. Okay, Archangel Azrael and Shamiel. There we go. Archangel Azrael and Shamiel are the archangels that are ruling over the Scorpio. The Archangel Azrael these are powerful and intense personalities. They must learn to be open, be more emotional and loving, and not become obsessed or paranoid about what is going on. They must learn not to be possessive and relax more. They are here to learn use of their knowledge for good and not for illusion. So Scorpios have to learn to use their knowledge for the good and not for their own benefits. A lot of Scorpios are the secret holders of hidden knowledge, and they could tend to get that knowledge and keep it to themselves and not want to share it with others. But if they learn to work with the knowledge and give it to others. Is this making sense for everybody, or am I like all over the place? Because remember, I didn't go over this before I did it. I hope it's making sense for everybody. To 2 people, yeah. So Scorpios need to learn not to become obsessed and paranoid about what is going on in their lives. They must learn not to be possessive and relax more. Remember, I'm telling you the archangels that are chosen for you and the sign that was so chosen for you and your goddess, so you can understand why you came here to learn what. What are you here to learn? Like, what did your soul want to ascend from? What did you want to learn as a lesson here? Okay, great. Okay, so as a Scorpio, you must learn not to be possessive and relax more. Okay, you're here to learn to use your knowledge for the good and not for the illusion aspect of things. Relax and not be so stuck in one way of thinking. You hold the secret knowledge and must learn to work with others instead of against them. You can become ruthless when it comes to revenge. Revenge is your goal if somebody fucks with you, but here's the thing, that's what you're here to learn. Tenderness and kindness, so that you don't use your revengeful side to go through crazy shit, okay? And this is the sign, you came here as the sign to learn to forgive and let go, because Scorpios can hold on to that revengeful, hateful state, like when, they really can be very crazy. Like, once they learn their lessons, though, they are exactly calmer and more relaxed, or like they fall in love or something softens them up, because Scorpios can be the stinger, right? They can come out of the sand and sting your ass, and here you are with poison in your body, not knowing what to do, going into convulsions and shit. So you need to learn that lesson, okay? Sagittarius, your god is Zeus. Okay, half man, half horse, Centurion, motherfucker. Okay, so Sagittarius, your god is Zeus. Zeus is the keeper of oaths, okay? Of oaths and truth. Okay, he exposes liars. That's what he's known to do. Zeus is the exposer of liars. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, planet of truth and abundance. Zeus had an arrow with power in it that was thrown, and a powerful thunderbolt and lightning would come out of it. Zeus is the god of the sky and known as the protector of all gods and humans. Zeus is also known as the ruler of all the gods. Infamous for having many affairs and sleeping with whoever he wanted to, and a lot of times not asking, disguising himself as creatures, as many of the gods did, to go and sleep with women and goddesses. Many human women claim that they were bearing Zeus's child. Archangel Zachael is the one who works with is your archangel. and works with the violet ray and is focused on spiritual growth and self-transformation. Always changing, always seeking truth, and rules Thursday. This is an adventurous and sometimes can be out of touch reality sign. They find restrictions very annoying, and the lessons they came here to learn is to deal with restrictions and patience. They would rather have someone do something, often making them overpay for things because they have no patience to figure it out. They just want it done, okay? Like they'll pay for something, like just get it done already. They make great teachers and philosophers because they like sharing opinions, but they must learn not to live in illusions of self, and they don't like to be told what to do. They are very generous, but they can be opinionated and want to control outcomes, so they must learn patience and listening to other people's opinions. Because sometimes Sagittarius will be like, it's my life and it's now or never. Okay, so Sagittarius, your lesson here, and I'm on Capricorn next, I got you, boo. Your lesson here, okay, that's why you chose to be a Sagittarius in this lifetime, and that's why, Zeus being your god, and then you got Zachael being your angel to guide you through this, and your soul lessons is to learn to have patience, right, with yourself and others, and also to understand you're here for spiritual transformation, okay? You're here for spiritual growth and self-transformation, but you have to learn restrictions. You have to learn that everything is not, you have to learn here as a human, okay, because we're not in spirit form, we're a spirit having a human experience. As a human, you have to learn limitations and lessons, because as a spirit, you were able to do whatever you want. Limitations and it's Zeus. Zeus has no limitations. Zeus did whatever he wanted. He fucked whoever he wanted. He had babies, beyond babies, with gods and goddesses and humans, and didn't give a shit about anything. He just did whatever he wanted, okay? And it's like you're known as the half man, half horse, the centurion, very ethereal fantasy type of creature, okay? So you have to learn that kind of stuff, okay? All right, so let's get to Capricorn. Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, let's get to Capricorn. Capricorn, you're ruled by the planet Saturn, okay? The planet of hard work and determination. Okay, Saturn is the planet of hard work and determination. It is known as the taskmaster. Come on, Mercury and Retro, don't even start. It is known as the taskmaster of the planets, okay? Keeping everyone in check. This is what Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the planet of hard work and determination, and it is known as the planet that keeps everybody in check, okay? Saturn is the planet of learning lessons and limitations. Something that's very hard for a Capricorn to do. Saturn is the planet of learning lessons and limitations. The goddess Persephone is the goddess associated with Capricorn. She is the goddess of harvest. She's the goddess of harvest, actually, okay? So she's the one that was so beautiful that Hades had to take her down into the underworld and keep her down there, making her mother Hera Demeter, very, very upset with that, okay? So it's Persephone, and Demeter was her mother, and she was very upset about it. So she was stuck in the underworld, okay? So it's like limitations, right? If you think about it, she was pulled into the underworld. She's the limitations, and Saturn being the planet of lessons and limitations. Saturn being the planet of lessons and limitations, and learning to not be full of ego is another thing that comes up for the Capricorn. Okay, she's the goddess of underworld because she was taken by Hades. The earth opened up and swallowed her, and she is the daughter of Demeter, and Demeter is the harvest goddess. And when Hades took her and found out, he made a deal that would keep her there for 9 months, allowing her back up for 3. And this is where we get the harvest and the winter and all that stuff from. Okay, so Persephone is a representation of the light and the dark. So Capricorn has a lot to do with that. The light and the dark, lessons and limitations, the light and the dark. Your archangel is Azrael. This angel is associated with ambition, and they must have power over others, okay? They come here not to learn to get To learn not to get so caught up in the material aspects of life, and to learn that you can't always have control over everyone. Like, you're not in control of everything, and you have to understand that sometimes you got to humble yourself down. Capricorn's biggest lesson is going to be to learn to work with others in a humble manner, not where they think they rule and control everything. That's going to be important. I'm talking through every sign of the lessons you need to learn for your signs and stuff, okay? Okay, so again, this archangel Azrael is associated with ambition, and they must have power over others. They come here to learn not to be so caught up in material aspects of life, and they trying to work with others. They want to be in control and need to be like in power and control every time. They must learn to be humble. That is their biggest challenge. They will literally go the distance for power. Sometimes a Capricorn will do very weird things for money and power, and this is why they're here, to learn not to be so caught up in, I have to get this, I have to get that, and I'll do anything for it. They can be natural worriers, and that can really hurt them in their process, okay? So Capricorns have to learn not to worry, okay? I got to take care of this one, I got to take care of that one, I got to take care of my kids, I got to take care of my mom, my blah, blah, blah. They got to learn to fucking relax sometimes, okay? Because sometimes they want to take care of everybody in their family because they're very traditional and they like to be the provider. Even a Capricorn woman will find herself being the provider of the household, okay? So they need to learn to like calm that down a little bit. Next is Aquarius, okay? Thank you, George. I appreciate it. No, it's okay. Thank you. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, okay? Uranus. So Aquarius, you're ruled by Uranus, okay? The planet of innovative technology and surprising events and visionary thinkers. The god Prometheus is your god and is the Titan god of forethought and the one who is given the task of molding men out of clay. So Aquarius, your god is Prometheus. You're ruled by Uranus, the planet of innovative technology, surprising event, and visionary thinkers. The creator, the creative one, which is why the god Prometheus was given the Titan god was given the forethought and was given the task of molding men out of clay. Aquarius is the rebel sign, and so was Prometheus. Prometheus was a rebel. He had an incredible abilities like Aquarius and was kind of chaotic, which never wanted to follow rules, okay? You cannot control an Aquarius, okay? So don't even try. The archangel Uriel and Cassiel are associated with Aquarius. Uriel is the angel of life path and soul missions, guiding others through their soul mission. Cassiel is the shepherd angel. That's independence and humanitarianism. They can become stuck with one-on-one relationships. Aquarius loves to work with the collective, but when it comes to one-on-one relationships, they can really, really suffer because they can be cold and come out. They can be looked at as cold and unemotional. Okay, they came here to guide humanity, but can't seem to get in touch with one-on-one relationships. And this is their lesson, to learn to be more connected to one-on-one relationships and to trust more and to not be so doubtful towards a person when they're with them. They do not put their trust in a person and they feel like they have to do everything themselves. So they're not very trustworthy. I don't know. That's what I said. Okay. And they come here to guide humanity, but they can't see. Okay. They come across as not caring and cold. And some may see them as ditzy and unaware, but they are learning to be more compassionate and in touch with others. They need to be learning that. They are very intelligent, but must learn to express themselves in a way that seems more warm and not so irritated all the time. They don't have patience for the small things, which is why they work better with the collective. Okay. All right. Pisces. Ishtar is your god. Ishtar was known as the first goddess of fertility, but then she became more complex and became the goddess of contradictory. But Pisces is associated with several gods, but Poseidon is the main one, the god of the sea. The ruler of Pisces is Neptune. This is the planet of dreams, subconsciousness, illusions, fantasies, and all things magical and enchanting. This is the planet of intuition, and it teaches us compassion. Archangels Azrael and Zachiel are transformations and spiritual growth, and guiding them to be in love. Okay, Pisces can fall in love with everything. Okay, they can be romantic about everything. They become bored and uninterested and are generous and responsible, but they can be stuck in illusion, stuck in fantasy. And they need to ground often because they are connected to many ethereal things. And they have to learn to work with their intuition and not against it. That is their main thing. As they become paranoid and overthinkers and very suspicious. And they need to learn to trust more. That is what Pisces are doing here. They're learning to trust more and not become so paranoid. So, oh my God. I did not just only, look, I want to show you guys. I'm so proud of myself. I did not only just do this video, but look how this took me like 2 hours right here. Like, I'm not kidding. I sat down. I watched like 14 different things, and then I got all the information I felt it was the most important. I wrote it down. So Pisces, your job is to learn to work with your intuition and not against it. Oh my God, I just saw a white light spark right there. Work with it and not against it, okay? Look at my ear. It was burning this whole time. Oh my God. All right, guys. I love you guys. That was all the signs. If somebody wants to step in and do the timestamps, that would be nice. But if not, it's okay. Oh, caught that. Right on time. That shit almost fell. All right, I love you guys. Love and light. My sister-in-law wants me to go help her now with my crippled ass leg. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Bye. Tell them to stop, Real King.